Area High School softball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the diamond for high school softball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon, and welcome to Wallace Memorial Park in Louisiana. High school softball on a Wednesday, postponed one day. Maddie, is the Louisiana Bulldogs get ready to take on the Clopton Hawks. This game was supposed to be yesterday. Rain pushed that off and pushed it off the actual home field of the Bulldogs. Instead of field 3, we're on field 2 today.
Yeah, and we know that Coach Matt Cannon worked pretty hard on their main field to try to get it ready for today, but there's been lots of sunshine in this field. He called it all reliable, and so able to get a game in, and an EMO conference game at that, a big one.
Yeah, he says this is probably the most rain-friendly field he's ever worked. Obviously, a dirt field.
Yeah.
Don't have the turf here yet.
Yeah, you can do as much work as you want to a turf field.
Yeah. You're going to get a game in most often there, unless there's lightning in the area. But we're not going to talk about that. This field is different. This used to be the main field for the Bulldogs way back when, but when they reconfigured all the fences here, this one became kind of the backup field.
They use it for the tournament.
Yeah, and the ball flies out of here. It's a short fence, so short, in fact, that I hit a ball out of here right-handed, and I can't do anything right-handed. So that's how the ball flies out of here. They said last year during the Bulldog Invitational, what school was it? Came up from the Wentzville area and hit 5 home runs.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the school, but I do remember the stat line, and I was like, that's crazy. And then they told me what field it was.
North Point?
That's what it was, yeah, because it's a newer school. And then I was like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was they were searching the woods, and I don't think the Wentzville kids were used to searching in the woods.
Yeah,
for,
there's
for
bugs
softballs.
here. There's probably some snakes out there.
So the ball flies is what I'm trying to say out of field 2 here at Wallace Park, and we'll see if that trend continues in an EMO matchup as the Bulldogs welcome in the Clopton Hawks. We'll start the pregame show for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, DG Firearms, Lynn's Heritage House, and Reed Insurance Agency.
The Eagle 102 Sports pregame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe, or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
Back at Wallace Park getting ready for the Bulldogs and the Clopton Hawks, and they're already exchanging lineup cards at home plate. Coach Cannon beat up the field umpire. I don't know what he was doing there, but
trying to move this thing along, so they may even start early here, which is a common theme at Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to start 7 minutes early.
That's
my prediction. Or 23 hours and 53 minutes late. either way.
Yeah, we are just running a little bit behind schedule.
Yeah, that means that Clopton's going to play back-to-back days.
Yes.
Because they'll be on the airwaves of KJFM tomorrow.
Yes, and so they have not played since Thursday of last weekend. So the last game that they had was an EMO conference game against Montgomery County, and it was a tough loss, 14-6. So they've had a couple of days of rest, which is nice, but you're going to have some back-to-back days, and then you're going to come right back on Saturday, and you've got a full day's worth of games in the Louisiana tournament.
Yeah, the Bulldog Invitational again coming up on Saturday. It's funny how we talk about last year, and then this year is coming up this weekend. Let's check our keys to the game after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by W5 Auction Services, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life, and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Seize the summer with hot savings on versatile New Holland mid-range tractors from Bowling Green Tractor. Choose 0% financing for 72 months or get up to $10,000 in cash back. Pick the deal that's right for you. As icing on the cake, you'll pay no money down with nothing due until 2025 with either offer. This summer's hottest deals on utility tractors are available now at Bowling Green Tractor. Stop in for all the details. Offer ends September 13th. For commercial use only. Customer participation is subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
And our keys to the game for Louisiana and Clopton, and I think these are two pretty evenly matched teams, so it comes down to having good at-bats and not giving extra outs.
Yeah, these two teams have already seen each other. It was a 7-6 matchup, and that was in the Ellsbury Invitational just a couple of weeks ago now, and, it was a battle until the end, but these two teams, I've seen them play very, very well, and usually that means playing defense behind their pitchers, and so if they can do that today, these two teams, they're going to be hard to compete with throughout the course of the EMO conference.
If the ball isn't flying, and Coach Dean Street said, keep the ball on the ground, was the mantra for today. But if the ball isn't flying, I see a 2-1 ball game here.
Yeah, I see it being very close, and I see these two teams locking in, especially with some rest.
Those are our keys to the game. Starting lineup still to come on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick Dealer in Hannibal, Service and Supply Co-op, and PJ's Salon.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life, and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, A family-oriented office is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starting lineups for this matchup in the EMO Conference for the Clopton Hawks. They'll lead it off with the second baseman, Charlie Spoonster. Then the center fielder, number 15, Jaden Williamson. Shortstop bats third, number 8, Danica Graham. Then the third baseman, batting cleanup, number 12, Riley Kuntz. Catcher bats fifth, number 19, Callie Noah. Then the pitcher, number 22, Ashlyn Noah. First baseman in the seventh spot, number 23, Brooke Jarrett. Then the right fielder, number 18, Skylar Parker. And the designated player bats ninth, number 10, Bailey Baker. Flexing in left field is number 11, Skylar Wilson. As the throw goes down, the Bulldog lineup, they'll lead it off with the center fielder, number 22, Jalea Reese. Then the second baseman, number 9, Katie Wallace. Designated player bats third for Louisiana, number 23, Maddie Chandler. Then the catcher in the cleanup spot, number 6, Jordan Pedersen. Batting fifth is the shortstop, number 44, Jordan Bayline. Then the third baseman, number 13, Peyton Anderson. Left fielder bats seventh, number 20, Reese Womack. Then the first baseman, number 8, Tessa DePriest. Rounding out the order is the right fielder, number 16, Maddie Jenkins. And flexing in the circle and throwing her first pitch is number 7, Georgia Powell. And that was called a ball, and we are underway.
Nice spin to the pitch from Powell. She's gotten a couple of starts for Louisiana this year.
Offered at the bunt attempt. High pitch, and the count at 1-1. The defense for the Bulldogs, Reese Womack in left, Jalea Reese in center, Maddie Jenkins is in right. Peyton Anderson at third, Jordan Bayline at short, and this one popped foul on a bunt attempt, and the count goes to 1-2. Anderson at third, Bayline at short, Katie Wallace is the second baseman, Tessa DePriest at first, Jordan Pedersen behind the plate, and Georgia Powell, as I mentioned, in the pitcher's circle here on the small field, field 2 at Wallace Park. The 1-2 pitch laid off. Count goes to 2-2 to Charlie Spoonster. We've seen Spoonster have some good games in the batter's box.
We have. She's fast, and if she can get a bunt down, she's going to be hustling around the bases.
The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called.
Really nice spin from Powell, and that's going to be something that if you're in the Clopton lineup, you're going to have to be watching because she's been going east to west and north and south. So you never really know where you're going, and that's easily to catch you on your heels and get rung up.
That'll bring in Jaden Williamson, the center fielder, and the first pitch to her is fouled for strike 1. So Powell has come out dealing. Good 2-2 pitch. Caught Spoonster looking. Now gets ahead of Williamson. Graham on deck, the 0-1. This one grounded to the third baseman, past the third baseman and the shortstop for the first hit of the ball game.
I think the wet infield had a little bit to do with it. Everything just kind of clumps up, makes it hard to dive for a ball like that. Peyton Anderson was slow getting to the ground. You know, on a different field, maybe their regular playing fields, you're diving and making a stop there.
So 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring in Danica Graham. As she tries to move the runner over, she puts one high into left and over the head of Womack all the way to the wall. That'll send runners to second and third. They'll hold there. And it's a 1-out double, and Clopton in business here in the top of the first inning.
That is a great example of the ball flying. It was a pitch up in the zone, turning quickly on it. Graham drives it to left field over the head of Womack, and then hustling around the bases, Williamson went first to third.
Well, and having a smaller field, you're kind of used to, okay, I set up this many steps are this far from the fence, well, that's a lot shallower and you get burned.
That's exactly right. And, it does mess with your range. And then you also have to worry about this lip that you have from the infield. And so that changes where you're sitting in the outfield.
Up high, 1-1, the count to Riley Kuntz. Yeah, that lip is a little more pronounced on the third base side. Flattens out a little bit going into right field. Good curveball, just missed. 2 balls and a strike.
It's nice and flat near center field, but that right side has a little bit of a lip still. Left side definitely the worst.
The 2-1 pitch, fouled back at us, 2-2.
Short backstop as well over here, and a wooden backstop, just like they have on their regular field. But
do you remember the old backstop? That had some funny play to it.
It did.
This one is fair all the way around.
It is.
Not going to jump back onto the field. That one up high, and the count goes to 3-2. The thing we don't have on this field is a scoreboard.
Yeah. They used to in left field, I thought.
And the next, fouled back again. Count stays full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
At Clopton, they have, at Aeolia, that's where Clopton's playing this year, they have a light pole and they have a temporary scoreboard on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Kind of a portable thing.
3-2, held up. Pitch was high, bases loaded with 1 out.
Good discipline by Kuntz. Couple of pitches that she wanted to chase at up in the zone and kind of tossed her hands at it lightly. She was able to hold back and draw the walk in a bases loaded situation for Callie Noah.
Dean Street teams have always been very good at working counts and working pitchers. There's a strike called on the first pitch to Callie Noah. I mean, you were included in that.
Yeah. We talked about it a lot.
Up high, 1-1.
And I think that having a pitching staff or pitchers in your lineup that, they can tell you about what a sequence looks like and explaining that. And you have a coach that can also explain sequencing.
Yeah. That one fouled on the third base line, almost took the head off of Jaden Williamson.
She ducked and stayed in a running position while doing that. She was going to be able to head on home either way.
A vicious line drive off the bat of Noah. She's behind in the count, 1-2. Need a strikeout or a pop-up here, and it's a grounder to first and into right field. 1 run comes in. Here comes another. The throw is late and gets away. And it'll be runners at second and third, and a 2-0 lead for the visitors here in the top of the first inning.
Great pitch recognition by Callie Noah, as that was an off-speed pitch, and she did roll over it a little bit, but she got enough behind it and was able to use that back leg to drive to find that gap and drive in 2 runs.
Yeah, the infield, or at least the first baseman, was drawn in, and that helped that one get into short right field. That'll bring in Ashlyn Noah, the pitcher. Hawks ahead 2-0, still just 1 out. That one just high, looked pretty good at the belt.
Just 1
Noah.
out, as it was Spoonster. She started off the game with a looking strikeout, but since then the Hawks have put the ball in play.
There's a strike. They brought it down just a tad. And the count at 1-1. Jared on deck. Ashlyn Noah, the pitcher. Ready again. Powell's pitch outside. They almost caught the runner off of third base. 2-1 the count.
I don't know if it was a squeeze situation.
It'd be an interesting situation to squeeze with already 2 across.
She pulled back so fast.
Yeah. Swinging a miss. And the count even at 2-2.
Normally in that squeeze situation, and the batter knows it, if they're not going to get their bat on the ball, they continue to leave their bat out front as well to try to give the runner some time to get back.
Strike 3 called. Got her low and in. Second strikeout for Powell. And that'll bring in Brooke Jarrett, the number 7 hitter, with 2 outs and 2 on.
2 looking strikeouts for the Lady Hawks so far. They've already pushed 2 runs across. Would probably like to have a little bit more.
Changes speeds and gets a foul ball to the Louisiana dugout. Skylar Parker on deck. Georgia Powell trying to get out of this inning with just the 2 runs across. Swing and a miss. Good spin on that ball.
Powell is just a freshman.
Gets the sign from the dugout. Louisiana's dugout on the third base side. The pitch up high. A ball on 2 strikes. Powell checks the wristband. And a 1-2 pitch popped up. Who's under it? The second baseman making the catch is Katie Wallace. And the side is retired. 2 cross for Clopton in the top of the first. Big 2-run hit by Kaylee Noah puts Clopton ahead after a half inning. 2-0 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, La Crosse Lumber Company, Bill Allen Auction Services, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Discover Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, open Wednesday through Sunday, with our lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wrap options, and salads. Enjoy dinner favorites like the make-your-own pasta dish, lasagna, and red wine pot roast from 4 p.m. to close. We offer more than just pizza and Italian. There's something for everyone. When the weather is nice, dine on our beautiful patio. Now open Sundays from 11 to 2. Join us at Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Set the defense for the Hawks across the outfield. Skylar Wilson in left, Jaden Williamson in center. Skylar Parker is in right. Riley Kuntz is the third baseman. Danica Graham at short. Charlie Spoonster at second base. And Brooke Jarrett over at first. Kylie Noah behind the plate. Ashlyn Noah finishing her warm-up tosses in the circle.
Couple of days of rest for both teams, really, and Mother Nature helped in aiding some of that. But they've got a long weekend ahead as the Louisiana Bulldog Invitational will take place here on Saturday. But a couple of EMO conference games for both teams before they get to that.
Jalea Reese will lead it off for the Bulldogs, cleaning up the left-hand batter's box. As she waits for Noah to get back behind the plate. Third base coach, head coach Matt Cannon, Dustin Green over at first for Louisiana. Jalea wears number 22. Slaps from the left-hand side. This one laid down back to the pitcher. It's going to be close at first, and she is saved. Hit by a step.
I thought Ashlyn Noah fielded her position extremely well there and kept her composure, knowing that's one of the hardest things is going from pitching to fielding your position. And then as somebody has some speed on top of that and you know you're going to have to rush a throw, but she made a strong throw, and it was Reese that just beat it out by a step.
Up and in, runner goes, throw down is
not in time.
And a stolen base for Jalea. Pitch was a ball. And the 1-0 is bunted to the first baseman. She's up with it. Throw in time this time. Reese over to third. Sacrifice good.
Hey, good work, Katie.
3-4 on they put out. And there's one away.
Katie Wallace did her job with the sacrifice bunt. you had a runner in scoring position, but now she's 60 feet closer as Jalea Reese stands at third base and the 3 spot at the plate.
Chandler takes a strike to start her first at bat of the ball game. Clean up batter Pedersen on deck. Oh, 1. Make it 0-2 on a swing and a miss. Yeah, fouled it into the glove of the catcher, Noah. Ashlyn has her set up. This one hit in the air, deep left, moving back, and this ball is off the wall. 1 run into second with an RBI double is Maddie Chandler, and she just got under it a little bit too much. Missed a home run by about 4 feet.
Yeah, that was a pitch on the inside. She turned quick. It was up in the zone, and both teams have seen some big hits. It was a double off the bat of Danica Graham earlier in the top of the first inning for the Hawks, and it was just a pitch that was up in the zone that she was able to turn on.
This
Same
one
thing
hit
happened
in the
here.
air. Deep to left, moving back, and this one has the distance. It's a home run for Jordan Pedersen, a 2-run shot to put Louisiana on top 3-2. She rounds third. Team waiting at the plate, and the Bulldogs are ahead.
That's something you're going to have to recognize as a pitcher. Both, as I was saying, both teams, the big hits that you've seen have come from pitches up in the zone. You're going to have to keep the ball down on a field like this. We've talked about how the ball flies out of here. It was a great recognition by Jordan Pedersen. She was able to get under it and punch it over the left field wall, and that's a good feeling for a kid that's really grown over the last 4 years and has helped her team win. But as a pitcher, you're going to have to sit lower in the zone.
Strike on the outside corner to the right hand hitting Jordan Bayline. The 0-1 with 1 out is fouled toward the on-deck circle, 0-2. 3-2 Louisiana here in the first. Well, the ball is flying, so that 2-1 prediction is out the window. This one grounded up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman Spoonster. The throw off line, everyone's safe. Well, she's safe. She's the only one on.
That was a tough ball to get to, and Charlie Spoonster getting over there and stopping it from getting it to the green. She gave her team a chance at recording it out, but
yeah, she was heading towards center field, had to completely turn and throw in one motion, and pulls the first baseman off the bag. There's a strike called on the first pitch to Peyton Anderson.
Yeah, and the only outcome comes from Katie Wallace so far. She had a sacrifice bunt.
So the only out was a productive out. This one popped up toward us. Catcher can't find it.
I was looking right in the sun. I couldn't see it at all.
Yeah, so was she. Even with the sunglasses on, that one was tough.
And the eye black.
Hey, let's go 13.
Without the big grandstand behind us, big knothole gang as this one's swung on and missed, and that's the second out. First strikeout recorded by Ashlyn Noah. And the runner still at first with 2 outs. Brings in Womack. Reese takes a pitch up high for ball 1. Bayline at first. Playing right on the lines. So there's room in that 5-6 hole. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Noah has her sign. Strike called. Home plate umpire likes the outside corner.
Yeah, he's been pretty generous today, especially at the bottom of the zone as well.
If he likes it, we like it. They set up even further out this time on 1-2. And the pitch sails wide. No chasing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout ends the inning. Louisiana leaves a runner aboard, but they score 3. An RBI from Chandler, a 2-run home run for Pedersen, and it's 3-2 after 1 inning. Clopton coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, White Insurance Agency, and Wood Smoke Meats.
Illness can happen anytime or anywhere, whether it's the sniffles, sore throat, or the flu. Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you. Urgent Care is open 7 days a week and is located just off the roundabout in Bowling Green behind Community State Bank. Urgent Care provides friendly, expert, affordable care with short wait times and no appointment is necessary. When you need care, remember Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Eventful first inning, 3-2 Louisiana after 1 as the throw goes down. It'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Clopton, starting off with Skylar Parker.
Clopton was able to send some kids to the plate. They had a couple of looking strikeouts, and Georgia Powell was able to settle in, only give up 2 runs for the Bulldogs.
And the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1 to Parker. Parker, the right fielder. Where's number 18? Bunts that one off the screen. Nice catch on the ricochet by Pedersen, and it's 0-2.
She's played here a time or two.
Yeah.
Kind of knows what things are going to do.
0-2 pitch from Powell is hit into right field on the move and dropping in front of Maddie Jenkins, and it's a leadoff hit.
She kind of stuttered, stepped, almost looked like she was going to slide or dive in to try to make that catch, but made a good decision to let it one hop and stay in front of her, especially with the speed of Parker.
That'll bring in Bailey Baker. She's the designated player, a true DH. That one hit back. No, that's the other side. She's hitting for the left fielder. It's the other side that's batting for the pitcher. 0-1 the count. Hit that ball hard.
Yeah,
the ball.
She's got quick hands. Watching her against Montgomery County last week, pitcher had some speed and also was able to change speed quite a bit, but Bailey recognized things fast and she had quick hands.
The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Ball and 2 strikes. A couple of strikeouts for Powell in the first inning. Those were both looking. Swung on and missed. Ball gets away. The runner, or batter, is out. The runner advances to second on her own. Just got away fast enough, and I think that deked the catcher Pedersen into throwing to first instead of freezing that runner at first.
And additionally, she had to throw over Bailey Baker, so that was causing a room for error.
Bunting, and a strike called. Spoonster, strikeout victim her first time up. Runner at second, 1 down. Really good change of speeds to get that strikeout of Baker, and now 0-2 count to Spoonster. And Pedersen says this ball's done.
Maybe it
got a cut in it.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's hit the fence quite a few times, so.
That'll go in the practice pail. 0-2 pitch From Georgia to Charlie. Fouled back at us.
Louisiana's defense is set up for the slap with the corners, well, third base in. DePriest has shaded back more towards first.
That one stayed high. A ball and 2 strikes to Spoonster.
Tried to take something off of it. Change of speed.
As the sun goes behind the clouds. Like that. That one just missed. 2-2.
Beautiful pitch on the outside corner.
Someone yelled, girl. Thinking Charlie had been struck out looking for the second time. Instead of 2-2 count. Blown away, 3-2. And the runner takes third.
Heads up base running by Parker as she recognized that pitch was going to go sideways right out of the hand of Powell and took third base.
Now ball gets away, she could tie the game. The 3-2. Fouled. Count stays full.
Good at bat by Charlie Spoonster. Seeing quite a few pitches here.
Spoonster digs back in. The next, swung on and missed. She got caught in between.
She did. That pitch had a great break to the outside corner, and it ended up breaking into the right-handed batter's box, and Spoonster, all she could do was wave at it.
So now 2 outs for Williamson, who has a hit and a run scored. Would love a game-tying RBI here in the second with 2 outs. The pitch on the outside corner. Pretty pitch. Oh, 1. Rip foul. Oh, Dean. You just had that all glued back together.
Yeah.
And you're trying to make bare hand grabs on a shot like that.
Yeah, that one's going to hurt.
Yeah.
That was fingertips.
Yeah.
That was not palm.
And after that hard of a foul ball, Coach Cannon comes out to talk to his infield about the situation. You make a pitch, you get out of the inning. Home plate umpire swept the plate, made his way out. Now the conference broke up. Little pat on the helmet from the head coach, and back into the box is Jaden Williamson. Behind in the count, 0-2. I wouldn't expect her to get anything to hit here. Swung on and missed. She did get something to hit. Was showing bunt, pulled back and swung, and the inning comes to an end. Clopton leads the potential tying run in scoring position. We played an inning and a half. Bulldogs up 3-2 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon and Tanning, Pogue Ford, West End Storage, and Sun Window Company.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
So Clopton gets the tying runner to third, leaves her there. Louisiana still ahead 3-2 after an inning and a half. And for the Bulldogs, it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters.
Yeah, it'll be to Priest, Jenkins, and then back to the top for Reese. But Louisiana made some really good adjustments at the plate, and they were seeing the ball well. It's it's really easy to be somebody in the stands and says you have to get the ball down. But I thought Powell made a fantastic adjustment for the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs. It'll be nice to see if Ashlyn Noah can do the same for the Clopton Lady Hawks. But when you keep the ball down, you're going to get more ground balls. You want to let your defense work. And this is a field where you even just what you think would be a routine fly ball, it can continue to carry, and that could be the difference in a ball game. So keep the ball down in the pitcher circle.
You hit a line to left center, you might be looking for it in the woods. Swung on and missed on the first pitch to Tessa DePriest. Oh, 1. Set up outside. Pitch goes inside, hits to left field, and it gets over the head of Wilson. No?
She snow-coned that. She took a step in and then realized she was going to have to continue running back. As soon as she turned around, she kind of made a jab into the air and caught it right before it could go over her head. Snow-coned it, though.
I didn't think she had any chance the way she went in and turned back. I thought that was going to be 3 foot above her head. She stuck the glove up. Umpire passed through my view as this one goes past the second baseman into right field. Ooh, Parker bobbled it just a bit. As she comes up clean with that one, there could have been a play at first.
Yeah, we were talking about the shifting of the defense earlier, and, you're getting those big hops because of how hard the Lady Bulldogs are hitting the ball. You've got to come up ready to throw because you're pretty close to first base anyways. Yeah. Third base, same thing on the other side.
So Jenkins is on back to the top of the order for Jalea Reich, and she swings and misses. Oh, 1-1 the count. 1 down. Runner at first. This one popped out of play on top of the concession area. Count goes to 0-2. That always gets everyone, catches everyone by surprise. It's sitting under it.
Well, typically they're just sitting around eating nachos.
Yeah, but it happens about 34 times a game.
It does.
This one a hit in the air to left. Mile high, Wilson under it, and she makes the two-handed grab for the second out.
And Louisiana has hit the ball hard, and their timing is set. They had a really great first inning, and they continue here in the second time through the lineup.
That one up high. It's almost like they're expecting the pitches to be low, and they're getting under them a little bit. This one is hit deep to left. Back to the wall and off the wall. Gonna have to hurry if you're gonna score. Here she comes. The throw into third, and Louisiana adds to the lead. Crossing the plate is Jenkins to make it 4-2. RBI double.
There was some miscommunication on the field. Danica Graham, I think, was hearing 3-3-3 and ended up throwing it to third base when she probably had a really good shot at getting the runner at home.
This one hit out of play and to field 3. So field 3 does get some action. No balls, 1 strike. The catcher, Pedersen, on deck. Maddie Chandler takes the ball low.
In her last at-bat, she had a double to left field. Drove in a run for the Lady Bulldogs.
Ooh, called a strike. 1-2. She's shaking her head as she steps back into the box. Popped up, out of play. If that would have hit the infield on field 3, we might not have been able to find it.
Yeah.
Until they drag it.
Muddy over there.
Here comes another one, too. Hit in the air. This one's a mile high. Second baseman calling for it and making the catch is Spoonster. She flipped around that ball about 8 times before making the inning-ending grab. Louisiana adds a run on an RBI double by Katie Wallace. Lead this ball game 4-2 after 2 with the Hawks coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Auto Body Services, Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Calumet of Missouri, and Kearns Construction.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
I think the balls are getting kind of tore up today.
I think so. And if they head to the other field, 1, we might lose it, but 2, if you do find it, you're going to have to clean the mud off.
Exactly.
So we might have some delays in play today.
They'll be getting into balls meant for next week.
Right. It'll be 3, 4, 5 for the Clopton Lady Hawks.
That went off the home plate umpire's mask. Then off of our faces. And it's 0-1 to Graham. We're in the third. Clopton had 2 in the first. This one's hit to center. And straight away for Jalea Reese. And the first out.
Brings in Kuntz. She drew a walk her last at bat.
Clopton 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Lead this ball game 4-2. Riley Kuntz. Powell spins the ball. Now spins it into home plate for strike 1.
Riley Kuntz has had a great season, and she came up big against Montgomery County for Clopton last week, but she's been a leader offensively for the Lady Hawks.
This one hits the center. It's going to drop in front of Jalea for a 1-out hit. Just sent that one back through the box and gets herself aboard for the second time. Kuntz a walk and now a single. Brings in the catcher, Noah.
She drove in 2 runs her last at bat, and she was able to split the right side, get a ball to the green.
There's a strike called. She has the mirror image of the stance of the Mark Twain catcher. 1 foot all the way back.
She does.
They wear the same number, too. Popped up and out of play to the cheap seats. And a 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 on and 1 out. Allie Noah. Strike 3 call, got her looking.
It's a beautiful screwball that Georgia Powell painted the outside corner with, and she's got a couple of hitters to stare at that today.
She struck out 6 now. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 here in the third. She's got an interesting windup, too. Called a ball on the first pitch to Ashlyn Noah. Have you seen a pitcher with their starting foot as far back as she does?
Yeah, it kind of became a trend, I want to say 2019, whenever there were a lot of rule changes about not having to have both feet to toe the rubber. And so we saw a lot of people basically go back as far as they could to make it almost like a walkthrough when you're gaining momentum towards your pitch.
Up high, 2-1.
It's helped some. Other people, you couldn't, ask them to do it at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't help them at all. It is a lot of mental, I think, and trying to engage different muscles. And your core is actually a really big part of pitching. Everybody's like, legs, legs, legs. Well, a lot of that actually, a lot of that power comes from your core. So if she's able to engage the correct muscles, that's why that stance works for her.
The 2-2 pitch to Noah. Inside, count goes full. Ashton was a strikeout victim looking. Her first time up. Swung on and missed. And Clopton leaves a runner aboard. Louisiana still leads 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the third on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, DG Firearms, Lynn's Heritage House, and Reed Insurance Agency.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
2.5 in the books. Louisiana leading Clopton 4-2 as they come to bat in the home half of this third inning.
It'll be 4, 5, 6. Pedersen, Bayline, Anderson. And in her last at bat, Jordan Pedersen cleared the left field wall.
A 2-run shot, which at the time gave Louisiana a 3-2 lead. The tying in go-ahead runs. They add another run the next inning. And we'll see if she can get something started for the Bulldogs here in the third. Dangerous part of the order for Noah and the Hawks, and there's a strike called. Oh, 1. Set up outside. Called the ball. 1-1 the count. She was first pitch swinging when she hit that home run. Now they switch to the inside. This one hit to center, deep, and caught on the warning track, if you will, by Jaden Williamson.
Yeah, Williamson was backing up and getting all of that one as it was meant for that inside part of the plate. It floated back towards the middle and just missing it, and probably just missing clearing the fence again was Jordan Pedersen.
Brings in Jordan Bayline. She had an infield single her first time up, hitting one up the middle. Was backhanded by Spoonster, but wasn't able to complete the play. 1-0 the count. That one misses high. Maybe a little tick outside. 2-0. Anderson on deck. The 2-0, they set up inside, and that pitch is up high. 3-0. Checking the wristband, now looking down to Coach Matt Cannon. Set up outside on 3-0. There's a get-over fastball. 3-1. Stay outside on 3-1. And ball 4 is called. And that is the first walk issued by Ashley Noah.
It'll be Anderson and then Womack, and both hitters that the first time that they faced Ashley Noah were strikeout victims.
This one hit In the air toward the on-deck circle. It drops for strike one.
Riley Kuntz got a little bit of a slow start at third base.
Kind of spun her wheels a little
Yeah.
bit. Up high. 1-1. Peyton, the third baseman. Where's lucky number 13? This one hit in the air. In right and foul. Just a tick behind on that one, 1-2. So they'll wait for the ball to come back in. And we'll see if Anderson get around a little quicker here on the 1-2 pitch from Ashley Noah. Up high, 2-2. Runner at first, one out. And the next is ripped over the third baseman and into left field. Good two-strike hitting from Peyton Anderson to get herself aboard. Now there's runners at first and second.
Yeah, Louisiana has been really good with pitch selection. They know what they're looking for, and they've hit the ball hard quite a few times. We've seen some deep flies, and we've also seen some balls that are just hit right on the nose, just dropping in for singles. It was a great job by Peyton Anderson with 2 strikes to find a pitch that she liked and that she could hit.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Reese Waming. 0-1. Runners at first and second, one out. This one fouled on the first base line.
Just a little late.
Had some odd English to it, didn't it?
Well, she caught it on this back side of the plate, and her bat was angled odd. It was almost like she had stuck her bat out to just get a bat on the ball.
That one ripped foul down the third base side. She tried both sides and missed. Still 0-2 the count. Strikeout victim back in the first.
One out with runners on first and second for the Lady Dogs.
The 0-2 pitch. Up high, ball and 2 strikes. Wasted pitch there with the Priest on deck. The 1-2 is hit to the third baseman. Oh, tripped is the runner. Everybody's safe.
Yeah, that was a tough play. Good job by Riley Kuntz as she was calling off the shortstop, Danica Graham. In that process, she was attempting to make a tag and ended up tripping the runner, Jordan Bayline. Yeah.
That is unfortunate. I could see maybe if they called interference, but
yeah,
but that was not a tag.
That was my thought. Was Riley, trying to make it an interference call because she was coming across and the runner was right there? I'm not sure. Either way, Bayline goes to the dugout, but she was in some pain.
There's a ball on the first pitch to DePriest, who flew out to left her first time up. That led off last inning. That's a huge swing. That one right at us.
I like that cut. You do you, Tessa. It's like travel. 5-3-4. 1-1. Wait.
DePriest back in the box. Ball back out to pitcher Ashley Noah. And that one in the dirt, and runners will advance.
Good job by Peyton Anderson. Saw that on the first bounce. It bounced off the plate and then off the chest guard of Callie Noah. She recognized it on bounce 1 and took third base.
So now runners at second and third. A 1-1 count to DePriest. Up high, 2-1. Call it 3-1. So the 3-1 pitch is a walk.
Not a bad spot by Ashlyn Noah, but she's been kind of all over the place, and it was just a little too close in that 3-1. Really could have went either way, but when you've been around the zone and out of the zone quite a bit, it's hard for an umpire to call that strike 2 and keep somebody at the plate. So 2 walks in the inning.
This one hit into center. Moving in on it and making the catch is Jaden Williamson to leave the bases loaded for Louisiana. First time they haven't been able to score. And we head to the 4th inning. Maddie will tell you about it when we come back on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by W5 Auction Services, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Top of the 4th inning from Wallace Memorial Park. Our score is 4-2, Louisiana leading the Clopton Lady Hawks. It'll be Clopton sending 7, 8, 9 to the plate, so it'll be Jarrett, Parker, and Baker due up for the Lady Hawks. If anybody gets on, it'll be back to the top of the order for Charlie Spoonster. The bottom of the 3rd inning was the first time that Louisiana did not put a runner across.
And I think that has a lot to do with that controversial runner interference call, or saying that she was tagged. I never saw the official or heard the official call, but she wasn't tagged.
No, the contact was made.
Yeah.
As Brooke Jarrett steps in the batter's box, she bats from the right side and eyes a pitch to the back of the zone. It is taken for ball 1. As Powell gets the signal. This one is one hop to Katie Wallace, the second baseman. She sees it all the way in and tosses it over to the first baseman, DePriest, for out number 1.
She's all over the second baseman. 4-3 on the putout this time after the pop-up, her first at bat. Brings in Skylar Parker, who singled her first time up, was stranded at 3rd.
And she awaits the first pitch. Out of the hand of Powell, she's first pitch swinging. It's popped in the air, and foul gets out of play. Back to the bleachers down the first base side.
Everyone's hitting it to their fans, too. Clopton folks on the first base side, Louisiana folks on the third base side, and then we got the
flashing a bunt, drops it right in front of home plate. Pedersen pops, makes a strong throw to first base, and beats Parker to the bag for out number 2.
So quickly 2 outs, and the number 9 hitter, Bailey Baker, steps in. She hit the ball hard, but foul a couple of times. Ended up striking out back in the 2nd inning.
Louisiana looking to make a quick inning here so they can get back and try to do some more scoring on offense. As Baker steps into the right-handed hitter's box, watches the first pitch go out of the zone. 1-0. Powell. Similar spot, but this time it's called for a strike. 1-1, it evens things up.
Yeah, the first one was a fastball. That one had a little break to it, a little spin. Pretty much, like you said, the same spot, but the different action gets the home plate umpire.
That was a chase swing, and I think it's just because of what was just called for a strike, because that was the same spot. She was chasing, though, definitely not her wheelhouse. 1-2 as she shows bunt, pulls back, swings, slowly rolled to the third baseman. Peyton Anderson makes a strong throw across the diamond and beats Baker by about 3 steps. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. Our score, 4-2. Louisiana leads Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick Dealer in Hannibal, Service and Supply Co-op, and PJ's Salon.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Bottom of the fourth inning from Wallace Memorial Park, 4-2 Louisiana leads, and Louisiana will be back to the top of their lineup. It'll be Reese, Wallace, and Chandler due up.
So a chance to put something together again after failing to score for the first time last inning, although they did load the bases. Just couldn't get one across.
They had some great defensive momentum as they had a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fourth to get back to the bottom. As Jalea Reese steps in, left-handed hitter, and she takes a couple steps. And she prepared to slap, but she watches the ball instead.
High and away on the first delivery from Noah.
1-0 pitch.
Oof.
Swung right through it. 1-1.
Big cut from Jalea. She was looking to put one through Riley Kuntz at third there.
1-1 as Reese steps back in. She powers up and drills this one to right center field. Gets over the center field Jaden Williamson's head and hustling around the bases. It's Reese. They're going to send her all the way home. Inside the park home run? I think yes, as she touches all four bags on a ball that got past the center fielder.
It was a great effort out there in center by Williamson. She ended up going to her knees to try and get it. And then the throw was up the third base line past the Louisiana dugout, and Coach Cannon said, "Keep running, kid."
Yeah, and she was thinking 4 right out of the box. There was no thinking 2. She was hustling. First pitch to Katie Wallace backs her off the plate. 1-0. The next in the dirt, 2 balls, no strike.
5-2 Louisiana here in the bottom of the fourth.
2-0 pitch. Just a little high as the strike zone for Wallace is a little smaller. Found the meat of the plate.
Yeah, it looked like it tailed a little high.
3-0. That one finds the zone. 3-1. That'll keep Wallace at the plate.
Maddie Chandler on deck.
Noah sets up outside. This one runs back in, and Wallace turns on the 3-1 pitch, drives it up the middle for a single.
Yeah, she just did exactly what she needed to with that pitch, put it right back over the head of Noah, almost hit the bag at second and into short center field.
Let's go 23. That brings in the 3 spot. Maddie Chandler, she's had a double today and drove in a run. First pitch is too far outside. 1-0. Noah working from behind with the runner on first and nobody out. Next pitch catches the corner and a toss back to first base. Jarrett applies the tag, but Wallace is back in safely.
Closer than it should have been.
Yes. Chandler steps back in. 1-1. This one is off the end of the bat and to Ashlyn Noah off her glove, and everybody's going to be safe.
That was a wide turn at second base, and Spoonster didn't catch it out the corner of her eye. I think they had a shot to get the runner there scurrying back to the bag.
Yeah, it looked like Katie Wallace had kind of lost location on where that ball went after it ricocheted off of the glove of Noah.
Chance for a big inning now. 2 on, nobody out, and already a run in.
First pitch is swung through. 0-1. Patterson has had some success at the plate. And she looks to muscle another up. Swings at that one, gets the bat on it. 0-2. They have a force at third base with runners at first and second. 4 spot. Pedersen, 0-2. This one is left over the heart of the plate. Drove to right field. Camping out underneath it. It's Parker. She makes the catch and quickly tosses it into second base. Out number 1.
Gave it a ride. Just came up about 10 feet short. Both runners stayed put.
That'll bring in Jordan Bayline. With 1 out and runners at first and second.
I think you at least got a bluff on tagging.
Try to draw that throw.
Yeah.
First pitch is fouled by Bayline. 0-1. She steps back in. She's got a lot of wiggle as she tries to get her load and her timing down. Wallace has got a pretty good lead at second base. 2-0. 2-0 pitch is over the heart of the plate for a strike. 2-1.
That was not the spot that Callie was calling for.
No.
But she got the call anyway.
A lot of those outside pitches have continued to run towards the middle for Ashland. 2-1. This one is grounded. Spoonster up with it. Gets the out at first base. They're going to toss it across the diamond to check on Wallace at third base. And the tag is applied. Safely back in is Wallace.
Moves the runners. So productive out. Brings in Peyton Anderson with 2 down.
Anderson had a single to left field her last at bat. Swings to the first pitch she sees, pops it in the air back to the main playing field and off the bleachers. 0-1. The next. Drove to right field. Running in to make the catch, it's Skylar Parker. Right at the last second, she was able to catch it before it hit the ground. A great catch in right field. And Louisiana can only push across 1. We are headed to the top of the 5th inning. Our score 5-2. Louisiana leads Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, La Crosse Lumber Company, Bill Allen Auction Services, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com. Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Top of the 5th inning, the Clopton Lady Hawks will send 1-2-3 to the plate. Charlie Spoonster drops a bunt down the third baseline. Anderson up with it, beats Spoonster to the bag by a step with a sharp throw for out number 1.
Good play by the Louisiana infielders. to get that first out. I've been impressed with the old Georgia Bulldog out there in the center circle, Georgia Powell.
She's done a great job today for the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs and has definitely settled in after giving up 2 runs in the first inning. She's tossed up a few zeros in the second, third, and fourth inning,
including a 1-2-3 inning.
1-0 at the pitch, and that one carries out of the zone. 2-0 to Williamson. Williamson, a right-handed hitter. She digs in and swings at the next pitch she sees. And hitters count, that was one she liked, 2-1.
If Louisiana Bulldogs made a City Connect jersey, would it be like Georgia Street or something like that? Georgia
I would
Street
think
Bulldog?
so.
Yeah.
That would be perfect for them.
We need to bring City Connect to high school softball.
That would be so fun. Who's going to sponsor? 2-2 as Williamson swings through the next one. A good adjustment by the pitcher, Powell. She's going to flash bunt. Pulls back, and ball goes out of the zone. 3-2, a full count.
That one got away from Powell a little bit.
Powell's only issued 1 walk today. As Williamson steps back in, the 3-2 pitch, and she catches her looking. That screwball on the inside has froze a lot of the Lady Hawks today. Williamson goes down as a strikeout victim.
She is 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts now. 1 swinging, 1 looking. And it brings in Graham with the bases empty and 2 down.
Graham has made contact both times today. She had a double to left field, and then she flied out to center. And the first pitch is way out of the zone. 1-0.
Trying to trigger a 2-out rally here, down by 3.
1-0 pitch is swung on, hit high in the air, down the first baseline in foul territory. Camping out underneath of it, it's DePriest. She reels it in for out number 3. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Our score, 5-2. Louisiana leads Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, White Insurance Agency, and Wood Smoke Meats.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding community since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Hunter Douglas custom window treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 until noon. Let Castiles be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Louisiana will send 7, 8, 9 to the plate. Womack, DePriest, Jenkins, and then back to the top for Jalea Reese, and that is part of the lineup that has wreaked havoc for Louisiana as Womack steps in. She swings at the first pitch she sees. This one sky high and foul out of play.
Yep, just put it over the side fence out of the reach of third baseman and left fielder by about 5 feet.
0-1. As Ashley Noah has worked from behind quite a bit today. It's a good start to see her go 0-1 in this bottom of the 5th inning. Next pitch is elevated 1-1.
You said this part of the order wreaked havoc?
Wreaked.
5th inning dad jokes.
This one is lined into the gap in left center field. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Womack is in for 2 bags. She'll stand up as the Lady Hawks get it into third base on a nice relay from the outfield, but a stand-up double for Reese Womack.
Yeah, she just took that right where the pitch came from, stroked it, beautiful stroke to the left center gap. Good job by the Clopton defense to angle and get the ball back in, hold her to 2.
Off speed, and DePriest can't hold back, so they're going to call it strike 1. 0-1 to the 8 spot.
She has flown out and walked.
Noah sets up all the way to the outside. This one is fouled off, and it is out of play. Back to field 3.
She's behind 0-2 with a runner at second, nobody out.
As a couple of balls are tossed in, and quite a few foul balls today.
Not much foul territory here
No.
in this field.
That pitch is out of the zone. DePriest is able to hold back. So she'll see another pitch as she steps back into the right side with the runner at second base. It's Womack.
She wants to move that runner here with nobody out.
Holds back on the next pitch that elevates as well. As Coach Dean Streed wants to have conversation with his defense and his pitcher.
These are usually pretty quick.
Yeah. Especially mid-count like this. But usually it's a lot of nerves that he's trying to, either any coach that goes out there is trying to work out.
Yeah, we're both former pitchers. When we get down, we lose our release point, and we just want to get back up on top of the rubber in the middle of the circle and throw another pitch. So your rhythm gets off, your breathing gets off.
Yeah.
And once that's out the window, so is your control.
Yeah, and sometimes you're just questioning yourself, like, why can't I do what I just did an inning ago?
Yeah.
And when you're constantly your own biggest enemy, it takes a coach, it takes a teammate, whoever it is, to stop you from being that person to yourself. And maybe that's all it is here for Ashlyn Noah to come back. And that's all it was. She powered one there. DePriest was swinging right through it, and then there's a little bit of a hustle to the bag at second base as Womack was pretty far off. They checked on her. DePriest goes down with the strikeout, and Womack will stay at second base safe.
That'll bring in Maddie Jenkins, the right fielder, who's flown out to center and singled and scored.
First pitch to CC's is a strike. Jenkins will step back in with an 0-1 count as Noah gets the next pitch. And this one is lined to the first baseman, Jarrett. She makes the catch, and they're going to double her off. Womack was headed to third base. A very heads-up play by Jarrett, and the Clopton Hawks get out of the inning. We are headed to the top of the 6th. 5-2, Louisiana leads Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon and Tanning, Pogue Ford, West End Storage, and Sun Window Company.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in downtown Louisiana is under new ownership. It's been updated and offers its own unique charm. Our historic venue is perfect for weddings, celebrations, and gatherings. Make your special moments unforgettable. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagles Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
Top of the 6th inning, Clopton Lady Hawks send 4-5-6 to the plate as the first pitch is in for a strike. They have a little bit of work to do as they were able to strike first and put up 2 in the first inning, but it's been zeros ever since, and Powell has settled in very nicely for the Lady Dogs.
I am loving the between inning choreography, team-wide choreography for Louisiana.
They've practiced that maybe a time or two.
Good stuff.
As Kuntz steps back into the batter's box, swings at the next pitch and had some heat on it. 1-2. Riley had a single to left field, her last at bat, and off speed. She waves at that one. And we haven't really seen a lot of off-speed pitches from Powell today, but she gets Kuntz with the strikeout.
Yeah, there's been a couple of them here and there. They usually do come with 2 strikes, and they've gotten a swing and a miss every time.
That'll bring in Callie Noah. Callie was a strikeout victim her last at bat. She got caught looking as the left-handed catcher digs in for the Lady Hawks. First pitch paints the corner and is called strike 1.
She's driven in both runs for Clopton.
Next one fouled off the end of the bat. A long strike and an 0-2. Hopefully Clopton had a conference, especially Riley Kuntz. She just waved at a pitch with 2 strikes that was off speed and out of the zone. 0-2 to Callie Noah. Beautiful spot. Nice spinning curveball.
Just didn't get the call this time.
1-2. As Noah steps back in. Powell rears back. This one's off speed, lined off of the pitcher, Powell. They're going to pick it up and throw it to first base. It's Bayline who's able to come in and grab that, but that one's going to hurt.
1-6-3 on the putout. And she's smiling.
Yeah.
She won't be later.
No.
Everyone's looking at the seam marks on her pants now.
That's adrenaline. I've been there. I've been there to pick the ball up and throw it to first base when everybody's like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just let me field my position.
And then the next day you're looking in the mirror and it looks like you've gotten into a car crash because the bruise is that bad. That was hard hit.
And those are the ones that are yellow and purple and just gross.
For a long period of time. So Callie Noah goes down. She was tossed out at first base, and Ashley Noah steps into the box. The first pitch she sees, she swings through, and she's had some trouble with Powell today. Next one is popped in the air. It's foul. 0-2.
Seems the last 3 innings, everyone's just been 0-2 real quick for Clopton.
Definitely second-guessing themselves when they step in the box. Flashing bunt. Pulls back, and the next pitch is high outside. 1-2.
Yeah, got her in the thigh just above the right knee.
Swing and a miss. What a pitch to come back with. A breaking curveball as Powell will kind of limp to the dugout, but we are headed to the top of the bottom of the 6th inning as the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs lead 5-2 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Brown's Auto Body Services, Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Calumet of Missouri, and Kearns Construction.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs as they scored 3 runs in the first inning, 1 run in the second, and then 1 run in the 4th. That gives them their 5. They lead 5-2. It'll be Jalea Reese stepping to the plate. In her last at-bat, she had an inside-the-park home run.
Little league home run, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm debating. That throw was so far up the third base line. I think it may be a triple and an error, but it's the 3rd time she's leading off an inning. Actually, the 4th time. No, 3rd time she's leading off an inning in this game.
As Jalea steps in, the first pitch is in on the hands and off the hands, so she'll head down the first baseline, and she's hit by the pitch. So that'll bring Wallace to the plate.
Getting back to Georgia Powell, she has now retired 11 Hawks in a row.
Yeah, she's been stellar for Louisiana today. In a big EMO conference game they need. First pitch is fouled back to the bleachers behind us. 0-1. Louisiana was able to drop down a couple of very effective bunts in the first inning when they scored their 3 runs. And so wouldn't be surprised if they do it here, especially with Wallace at the plate. Pitch is out of the zone. Toss down to second is not in time as Jalea Reese is able to slide in safely. Stolen base for Jalea. It's her 2nd of the day. And flashes bunt and pulls it back just in time. A little bit of a delayed steal as Reese takes 3rd base with Wallace at the plate.
Why not when the corners are in so far? And she did it standing up.
So Wallace steps back in. She bunts, drops the bunt down at the last second. Kuntz is up with it.
Oh, they faked the throw.
Fakes the throw, catches Reese. Able to get her out. That was a very heads-up play by the senior 3rd baseman for the Lady Hawks. Faked a nice throw and very much tricked Jalea Reese as she was sent up the line. So they apply the tag to Jalea. Wallace is safe at first base, and that brings in Maddie Chandler, the 3 spot.
Fielder's choice 1-2. Reese retired.
First
one off the pole right next to us.
0-1 with 1 out and a runner at first.
Ears ringing after that one.
Chandler has put the ball in play a couple of times today. That pitch gets away from Callie Noah. It just was a pitch that was set up for the outside corner, ran back in, and just on the end of her glove to the backstop. So taking 2nd base is Wallace as she was standing up. Chandler steps back in. Nice pitch, and must be up in the zone as it's called for a ball.
Now the sun's disappeared behind the trees.
2-1 pitch to Maddie Chandler. This one is roped to the left center field gap. It's going to get to the wall. Here comes Wallace as she slowly trots around 3rd base. She's going to stand up scoring, and it's a double, an RBI double for Maddie Chandler.
Make it 6-2 in favor of the home team, Louisiana Bulldogs. And she'll shed some of her equipment. Give it to Coach Cannon, who sends it back into the dugout.
That'll send Pedersen to the plate. She has a 2-run home run on the day, and then she's flied out a couple of times. So big fly, and then a couple of flies that were able to be corralled. First pitch to her is in low, ball 1. Runner at 2nd base is Maddie Chandler with 1 out. This one poked off the end of the bat and going to run out of room. Get out of play to bring the count even.
Been a good ball game.
Yeah, it has.
We're in the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs up by 4 on Clopton.
Next one, off the end of the bat as well. Now to play. 1-2. One-two pitch. This one is off the end of the bat and stopped on the one hop. It was Charlie Spoonster. It was a line drive that just ran out of oomph behind it. It just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Almost hit a wall at second base. It was a great read to get the one hop and toss the runner Pedersen out at first base.
And Chandler goes over to third with 2 outs now.
And that brings in Bayline. First pitch is off the plate, kept in front by Callie Noah as she keeps her eye on Chandler at third base.
She singled, walked, and grounded out. She had to score today.
Off-speed pitch on the inside corner. Evens things up 1-1. This one is lined. It's going to drop in right field in front of Skylar Parker. One run comes across to score. That's Maddie Chandler, and a single for Jordan Bayline.
RBI, her first of the day, second hit, third time on base, and to score Chandler. And it's 7-2, Louisiana.
Brings Peyton Anderson to the plate. The 6-hitter. Watches the ball upstairs as Bayline retreats back to first base. After getting a decent lead. She's walked back by Brooke Jarrett. 1-0 to Anderson. This one is lined up the middle. It's going to find the green. And a very hard hit single off the bat of Anderson. Runners at first and second for Reese Womack.
Her second hit of the day. She's 2 for 4. And Reese doubled last time up and was doubled off second base. Hard hit ball to the first baseman, and she got caught off the bag.
This one is popped in the air. Got a good read on it, camping out underneath of it. It's Williamson. She records out number 3. The Clopton Ladyhawks have some work to do as they trail 7-2 to Louisiana on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by The Pierre, DG Firearms, Lynn's Heritage House, and Reed Insurance Agency.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
To the 7th inning we go. The Clopton Hawks trail the Louisiana Bulldogs 7-2 at Wallace Memorial Park. Mark Frunick, Maddie Ingram back here on the diamond. We'll have more softball for you tomorrow. More Clopton tomorrow. We'll be at the Eolia Ballpark as they take on Silex.
Yes, that'll be weather permitting. They got a lot of rain, and that field was soaked. So possibility of some puddles and maybe a reschedule in the future.
Possibly, but we're scheduled to go on at 4:45, and right on schedule, a base hit by Jarrett to start this 7th inning. I was about to say the 7, 8, and 9 hitters were combined 1 for 6, but throw that out the window. The leadoff batter is on.
Yeah, she was first pitch swinging, was able to find a gap and some life for the Lady Hawks.
Now she's new boot goofing over at first base. Ball inside on the first pitch to Parker.
Parker singled to right field her first at bat, and she dropped a bunt down in her last.
The 1-0 from Powell. Travels high and wide, 2-0. Look to the dugout. Look to her wristband. Goes to the line and fires. Fouled to the end of the backstop. And it's a 2-1 count. Runner on first, and they're going to look at the ball. Because that hit the very end of that wood. He says, this one's good.
He just needed to get some steps in today, I think.
He hasn't talked nearly as much today as he does when he's home plate umpire. Pulled back the bunt, took ball 3-1. So good at bat so far for Skylar Parker as Clopton trying to claw back into this one. They need 5 to continue this ball game. Swung on and missed. Count goes full. Oh, yeah. I thought that was just 3-2.
I was like, I only have 2 strikes.
Going back to the dugout, but now she's back in the batter's box. And the 3-2 pitch. Pop foul out of play. That's a good pitch after kind of getting embarrassed a little bit. Your heart rate was up. Waste a pitch. Foul it off. That's a good job. Parker can now calm down a little bit, get back in the rhythm of this at bat. Powell winds and fires. Swung on and missed. Sometimes the rhythm can get you.
That pitch had some great movement to it and really good break on the backside of the plate. Got Parker to swing right through it, and that's out number 1 to bring in Wilson this time. It has been Baker, but Wilson in place of Baker.
Yeah, she was the flex player, now batting in that 9 spot. See what she can do here with 1 out, 1 on in the top of the 7th inning for Clopton. She digs in. Look at the wristband again. Fouled back off the screen, 0-1. Patterson picks it up. Make sure all the yellow's still in one piece and delivers it back to her pitcher, Georgia Powell. Sends another one plateward. Called a ball, 1-1. Good pitch. A little high, a little wide. No chase from Wilson in her first at bat. Top of the order, waiting in the wings. Swinging and a miss. 1-2.
What I really like about Jordan Pedersen, and it's something that's only gotten better over the last couple of years, but we really saw it last season, but she is moving with the pitch, and when there's a runner on, she does not take her attention off that runner. She is always focused.
2 balls and 2 strikes. One up the ladder. Up over the head of Skylar Wilson. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first base. 7-2 Bulldogs here in the top of the 7th. That one travels out of the zone. Count full.
It almost seems like Powell is kind of looking to get that strikeout here and being too fine with the pitches, especially with this being Wilson's first at bat.
The 3-2 in the air and out of play. Just past the Clopton dugout on the first base side.
It was a curveball that was spinning but didn't break.
Caught in the old spin cycle, huh? Just stays right there. Long look to the dugout. Now another 3-2 pitch from Powell to Wilson. Hit in the air, and that will drop in front of the right fielder Jenkins. Runner stops at second, and now there's runners aboard for the top of the order.
That was a really good at-bat by Wilson. She saw a lot of pitches, and, she was able to move base runners, but that was a pitch that was up in the zone. It kind of hung over the plate a little bit. She recognized that and took advantage of it And now 2 runners on for the Lady Hawks, and they've turned the lineup over.
Back to Spoonster, who's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Last at bat, she bunted to the third baseman who threw her out. Takes the ball low. Even though the bases here, it could get real interesting. 5-run lead. Outside, 2-0.
You have some insurance, but that doesn't mean you want to use that insurance.
Yeah, right now, a grand slam doesn't beat you. The 2-0. This one back to the pitcher. They don't look toward third. They get the out at first, and now there's no force available, but there is 2 outs. I think they had a pretty good shot at the runner at third there.
I think so. It was a late jump, but it seemed like Powell already kind of had it in her mind where she was going, and she would have had to completely turn around and then make the throw. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad decision, but you do have, you have a runner at third base now.
Now Williamson digs in. She is 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts and grounds this one to the third baseman. Throw across in time, and Louisiana closes out the Clopton Hawks. They win this ball game 7-2 in 7 innings, and we'll be back with the postgame for you after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by W5 Auction Services, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
The Louisiana Bulldogs defeat the Clopton Hawks 7-2 in Wallace Memorial Park. Back here at Field 2, the old varsity field, back in use tonight. Old reliable. Was reliable for Louisiana tonight. They gave up 2 in the top of the first, came back with 3 in the bottom half thanks to a 2-run home run by Jordan Pedersen. They take the lead, add another, and then just roll in this one. They only innings they didn't have a run in were the third and the fifth. So a pretty good day for the Louisiana offense and a great day for the sophomore in the circle, Georgia Powell.
Yeah, and to come out and you give up 2 runs, like that can easily rattle you, especially being an underclassman and getting maybe a couple of starts already this year. But this was a really big performance for her and a big EMO conference game. You know, Clopton has already defeated Louisiana earlier this year. It wasn't an EMO conference play. This was your EMO conference game, but it was a 7-6 victory for Clopton. So you knew that something was on the line, and she rose to the occasion. And so not only did she do her job, but the offense for Louisiana did their job 1 through 9. There were people that were contributing and just lots of really good at-bats. And they knew what they were looking for when they go in there. Obviously, not a lot of depth to the Clopton staff, so they probably already have seen Ashlyn Noah, but being able to make an adjustment and continuously do that, not only in the first time that you've seen her, but here in the box as well. Pitchers can get stronger throughout the course of a game, and so they were able to continue to attack wherever that pitch was in the zone.
So just look at this stat line. 2 runs allowed. Both were earned for Powell. She gave up 3 hits and walked a batter in that first inning. The rest of the game, she only allowed 4 more hits, including a stretch of 11 batters in a row retired. So that's a pretty good start for the sophomore, and a quality start for Louisiana as they win this one 7-2 over Clopton. We'll take a break, come back with the rest of the numbers, and wrap things up here from Wallace Park after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage on air and online brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick Dealer in Hannibal, Service and Supply Co-op, and PJ's Salon.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe, or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
7-2 Louisiana over Clopton this afternoon. Winning pitcher is Georgia Powell. The loss goes to Ashlyn Noah. Both went the distance. Noah, she allowed 7 runs, 6 earned. On 14 hits. She struck out 3 and walked 2. And for Powell, complete the game again. 2 runs, both earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, 9 Ks.
Yeah, and so that is a fantastic performance by Louisiana and by Georgia Powell, and I think that gives them some momentum as they continue to move throughout the season, and they've had a really great year so far. And so last year you could really see where there was a lot of energy around this program, and I think this year only continues to allow them to radiate that energy that they do have, and they've become a powerhouse in the EMO, especially in a year where teams are rebuilding.
It was Clopton that struck first. 2 runs in the top of the first inning, a 2-run single by the catcher, Noah, but Louisiana comes back, gets an RBI double from Maddie Chandler. Foul that up with a 2-run home run from Jordan Pedersen. All of a sudden, it's 3-2 Louisiana. They add another run in the second. Louisiana does on an RBI double by Katie Wallace. And then another run in the fourth. That one was the Little League home run by Jalea Reese. Called a triple and an error officially in the scorebook, but very exciting. She never took her foot off the pedal for sure. And then Louisiana tacks 2 more on in the bottom of the 6th. RBIs from Chandler again and Jordan Bayline to make it a 7-2 ball game. Louisiana wins this one over Clopton. We'll see more Clopton tomorrow, hopefully, from Veolia City Park. 4:45 pregame and a 5 o'clock first pitch as they take on the Silex Owls. For Maddie, Mark, everyone back at the station, thanks for listening to High School Softball on Eagle 102 Sports.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102.